Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, and on down to rule well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that preach this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Also, I just want to do a short lesson of how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video "The Grinding Shall Cease." Alright, and that's from Ecclesiastes, of course, the 12th chapter. Alright, which I'm going to read here in a second. But Lord wills, brothers can see on the screen, I have this article here from the Zero Hedge. Alright, and the layoffs or the coming layoffs continue to happen. Alright, because every other article you read or you see something else in the news every day about layoffs coming, major layoffs coming. Alright, and this one's from the CNN. It says CNN's new boss announced unsettling layoffs coming in December. Alright, so CNN is laying people off, getting ready to lay a lot of people off. Alright, and Salakia, 1 second please. Alright, Salakia brothers. And I just did a simple Google search for Salakia. For layoffs, and it says, and of course brothers know about Twitter, as you see right here. They've been all over the news, Twitter and Amazon, getting ready to lay a bunch of people off. I believe Amazon has already laid like 10,000 people off or something like that. But it says it's over. Twitter, France headquarters admit layoffs. Elon Musk is laying off even more Twitter workers. So Twitter is laying a bunch of people off. Amazon is laying a bunch of people off. It's more about Twitter. Yeah, man, these are major companies, man. Okay, Meta, Amazon, Spotify layoffs is happened because of a bold, bad pandemic era bet. Tech layoffs are not and these ain't small little businesses. These are mega corporations. Twitter, uh, Shopify. You see that on TV all the time. Amazon, definitely. A lot of people shop at Amazon. So these are major companies laying people off. Alright, a bunch of people off. Okay, I take back what I said about tech layoffs. Big tech layoffs are dystopia's job market fiction. Layoffs amid advice for a software engineer lay off 4 times in a row. Did anyone see the high-tech layoff crisis coming? Are tech industry layoffs an indicator of our future economy? So these tech companies are laying off like crazy. And what's next? All right, Walmart, these warehouses, they're gonna start laying off like crazy. Layoffs mount in mainstream still can't find any workers to hire for open jobs. Alphabet seeks to cut 10,000 poor performing Googlers. Tech layoffs send H-1B visa holders scrambling for new jobs. Amazon layoffs begin. Ticketmasters can't hold Taylor Swift, and much of Twitter's headquarters quits. Facebook layoffs are a reminder that your job won't love you back. Right, so these major tech companies and retailers, not retailers, but these like Amazon, and they're laying people off by the masses. All right, and again, these ain't small mom and pop shops. These are mega corporations. All right, so they're laying people off like crazy. Again, what's next? Walmart, these restaurants, you know, pretty much most jobs in America, especially these small businesses, they're gonna have to start laying people off like crazy. And this is a definition for layoff. A layoff or a oversight or downsizing is a temporarily suspension or permanent termination of an employment of an employee. Of an employee, or more commonly a group of employees for business reasons such as personal management or downsizing a organization. Right, meaning pack your shit and get the fuck up out of here. We ain't paying you anymore. We ain't got the money to pay you anymore. Alright, so we don't want to pay you anymore. Alright, so this is coming, man. Scripture speak about this, man. Scripture say the grinding shall cease. There should be no work for Egypt. And it's going to be all our jobs. Even brothers in the truth. All right. And ultimately, if you don't have the charagma, we know you ain't gonna be able to keep them jobs either. All right. So which all brothers already know, just gotta be prepared to lose. Cause my job could be next. The next brother's job could be next. They do a mass layoff, laying off. So like it. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy creators in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw near, when I shall say I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, or the clouds return after the rain, and the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinding cease. Right, the grinding cease. All right, no work or less work, no work, because they are few, and those that look out the window will be darkened. Right, the future for America looks dark. The economy is going to stay in shambles. There's no bringing the economy back. The scripture said we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. There's no healing or fixing this place. From all the lockdowns and the mass money printing and the rise of inflation due mostly in part to the large money printing, this place is out of here. This place is on its last leg. We're on its last toenail. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. What's that? The closure of businesses. All right? Because once the mass layoff don't work and they're still not making a profit, what's next? The business is going to shut down. Like we saw a lot of that during the pandemic. When the sound of the grinding is low, all right, meaning less work, he should rise up, the voice of the birds and all the daughters of music should be brought low. All right, so yeah, the grinding is ceasing, man. And soon the doors are gonna be shut in the streets. Once the downsizing of employment doesn't work, and when they lay a bunch of people off, and then people ain't. Then when the people that they do keep, it ain't a lot of work for them to do. Like they might work two days a week, maybe 3 days a week, and that ain't enough with inflation going through the roof the way it is. What's the point of getting up if you can't afford gas? What's the point of getting up and going in there to that job every day? There's no point. They only paying me if I'm only working 3 days a week, and inflation is stupid high. 2 days a week, and inflation is stupid high. I can't afford gas. I can't afford rent. I can't afford any of that shit. Those things that you need. All right. Then what's the point of me getting up and going in there every day? There's no point. I ain't making ends meet. What's the point of me going in there every day? And then what's going to happen? Second Ezra 15 chapters eventually going to come to pass. All right. Matter of fact, before I get into work in Egypt, let's get this. Let's get that. So that's what's going to happen next, man. Once people scratch their head and figure out, man, like, look, I ain't making no money here. I can't live here. It's like I ain't making enough to make ends meet. I can't survive off this. They're going to quit the job, and then they're going to turn to crime. I just got to go to the grocery store and take what I need. And then once all that's gone, I got to go and uh go to my neighbor's house and get what he got. Because the scriptures say that the full storehouses will suddenly be found empty. So once all the shelves in the stores are gone, all the food in the stores are gone, people are going to turn to their neighbors and go into their house. All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 9. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, right? Because it's going to be survival of the fittest out here. All right. But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right. For the lack of bread and great tribulation. All right. The lack of bread and great tribulation. There's going to be mass shortages out here. Mass shortages. All right. People ain't going to be making no money at their job. So again, why am I going to get up and keep going every day if I ain't making enough to live? I'm going to just turn the crime. People are just going to turn the crime. All right. That's when you're going to see things get really ugly, man. All right. And this is coming, man. This is how it starts with these layoffs, these mass layoffs. You better believe your job is next. Don't think, oh, well, that's Twitter. No, those are major companies, man. Huge companies that make a lot of, well, they were making a lot of money. They make a lot of money. And they're having to downsize because, or whatever, because for whatever reason, seeing enough revenue, whatever. People are not using their platform like that, whatever, for whatever reason they're claiming they got to downsize for or do layoffs. Your job is next. The restaurant you work at, the convenience store you work at, all right, with Dixie, Walmart, these warehouses are next. They're going to start cutting people cutting people off, start laying people off. Like Walmart and Target, they announced that they're slashing a large amount of their inventory for the holiday season. They cut back on spending it. Why? Because they don't believe people ain't got the money to buy it. So if there's less items in the store, why do I need more people to more cashiers and more stockers and all? I don't need that. I could just cut back because there's less people in the store. It's less items in the store. All right. So it's over for this place, man. Pretty much. In a nutshell, this place is done. And this railroad thing that just came back up again. Don't forget about the diesel shortage, and the C-19 is still out there. They're still in the news. All right, and a lot of people have been getting taken off the earth, blood clots, and we all know where that's from. Blood clots, heart attacks. That's still going on like crazy, even though the mainstream ain't talking about it. But this is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or the tail or the branch or the rest may do. All right, no work for Egypt. All right, and again, this is just the beginning, man. All you niggas out there, look, even Disney plans to lay off rigorous reviews of spending and hiring freeze. Again, these are major. These ain't small companies. These are major companies doing a mass laying people off like crazy, and more layoffs are coming. Your job, my job, are gonna start doing layoffs like crazy. You gotta be prepared for that, man. You gotta be prepared to lose. That's why we gotta, pray through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah for the Lord to keep that stable mind on us. Like it was a woman, which was straight up disgusting. A nigga woman, took her and her child. No faith at all, man. But that's the scriptures, speak about a woman being faithless. All right, because she's a woman, a weaker vessel. And that proves you need a man in the household. But um, she took her child and stood in front of a train because she couldn't pay fucking rent, man. That's. I mean, that's. But that's people that trust in Babylon, man. They don't see no other way. They don't see if Babylon ain't prospering, that's the only thing they see is the so-called white man ruling. And once that his system has failed them, then they just check out. Killed herself and the child, man. Which that was disgusting, man. All right, but you're gonna see more. You're gonna see more people commit suicide because they can't pay rent, they can't do this, they can't afford the lifestyle they once had. All right. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, we know we got a better life coming, man. And the Lord told us. All right. Matter of fact, I'm close with this scripture. Well, like the scripture, like the Lord said, the Lord told us all things. So the Lord told us these things were gonna happen. Like it tells you in Matthew the 24th chapter. The Lord said, "Behold, I've told you before." So the Lord told us these things was gonna happen. So we can't be surprised, man. When the job lays us off or whatever. All right, just got to pray the Most High, keep that stable mind on us. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Kwadash, double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you, brothers, pushing his truth and sincerity. With that, I'm going to say shalom.